waiting for a closure above instead of taking the flip on the 30 since we already got a bottom wick, truly just asking for execution purposes because the 5 is no bottom wick. Like this is the bottom wick, which is fine, right? But it wasn't just only a bottom wick that we needed. It was those steps to the process. So like the first step of the process is a bottom wick. The second step is a closure above to confirm that that bottom wick wasn't just for us to continue driving down. So since we're still below this range here, right? You see how these candles are all closing respecting. Any given point, you can just continue to drive down here towards the bottom of the range here. This can happen, right? This could continue to happen. This candle right now, even though it's bullish, right, just like the last candle, and ended off closing back into the range. So this could happen here. So taking buys here is a little tough. That's why you want to see a closure above the range, right? And then once you close above the range, same rules apply. The previous candle has no bottom wick. That's what we're gonna wait for. We're gonna wait for the 5 to come down to create a bottom wick, and then if that were to happen, you can take the flip for the buy stop. Because if you were to come down for a bottom wick, this candle will be bearish next, right? And since you close bearish, since you come down for a bottom wick, there's no reason as to why price would come down for a bottom wick and not continue to drive down, aside from the fact that if it were to flip bullish, that's your direction, right? Like if this candle were to come down the very next candle on this 5 for the bottom wick, it's coming down, and it's also on the, I think the 15 or 30, it's also respecting that resistance, right? There's no reason as to why it should go up. But if it comes down and it breaks all the lows again just to flip bullish here, then that's your indication that this is a bottom wick / liquidity for us to drop up towards the wick fill up at 2165, right? So that's why that closed that, you see this candle, you see how I just rejected here, right? This is a pretty tough resistance, and you will see price continue to reject until you actually have a solid closure above the range. But yeah, and this resistance too, chat, we marked it up on this candle, right? On the very first rejection candle. That's all the data we have. As you have more candles that print, the more stronger that resistance gets. So this resistance went from like being very minor to potentially being a major resistance, because you do have a lot more rejections there at 2161. But yeah, I would believe though, chat, that the 4-hour play is what we're looking for next. The 4-hour candle for buys comes down to that closure in 11 minutes here. Make sense?